In the silence of the night, when kingdoms rest and rulers sleep, there are moments when heaven speaks. The world may appear calm, its empire secure and unshaken, but beyond what human eyes can see, greater realities are unfolding. This is the story of one such moment. A vision given to a man named Daniel, a dream that would stretch far beyond his lifetime and reach into the very end of days. Daniel lay upon his bed, his body at rest, yet his spirit was stirred. As sleep took hold, his mind was open to a realm beyond the natural. Before him appeared a vast and restless sea, dark and endless, its waters churning with violent force. The winds of heaven swept across it from every direction, stirring the depths into chaos, as though the foundations of the earth itself were being shaken. There was a sense that something ancient and powerful was about to rise from beneath the surface. And then it began. From the turmoil of the sea, a beast emerged. The first creature rose like a lion, majestic and fearsome, yet unlike any lion Daniel had ever seen. It had wings like an eagle, stretching wide with strength and authority. It moved with dominance, embodying glory, power, and royal splendor. For a moment, it seemed unstoppable, as though nothing could bring it low. But suddenly, something changed. Its wings were torn away. Stripped from it in an instant, the mighty creature was lifted from the ground, forced to stand upright like a man, and something within it shifted. A human heart was given to it. What once stood in pride was humbled, its power restrained, its nature altered. As Daniel watched, another beast emerged from the sea. This second creature resembled a bear, massive and imposing, but it was raised up unevenly, as though one side was stronger than the other. In its mouth were 3 ribs, clenched tightly between its teeth, remnants of what it had already devoured. Then a command rang out, echoing with authority. Arise, devour much flesh. At once, the beast moved forward, relentless and crushing, consuming all that stood before it. Its strength was raw, its hunger insatiable, leaving destruction in its wake. The sea churned again and a third beast appeared. This one was like a leopard, but faster, more terrifying than any natural creature. It had 4 wings upon its back, giving it unnatural speed, and 4 heads, suggesting dominion in multiple directions. It did not move slowly or cautiously. It advanced with incredible swiftness, conquering and spreading its influence across vast territories in what seemed like moments. Dominion was given to it. Yet there was something unstable about its nature, as though its unity would not last. Then came the 4th beast, and at the sight of it, Daniel's heart trembled. This creature was unlike any that had come before. It was dreadful, terrifying, and exceedingly strong, beyond description. It had great iron teeth, and with them devoured everything in its path. What it could not consume, it crushed beneath its feet, trampling it into nothing. There was no mercy in it, no restraint, only destruction. It was different from all the beasts before it, not only in power, but in nature itself. And upon its head were 10 horns. As Daniel focused on these horns, trying to understand what they meant, something unusual began to unfold. Among them, another horn started to rise, a little horn, small at first, almost unnoticeable. But as it grew, it began to uproot 3 of the existing horns, displacing them with force. What seemed insignificant quickly became dominant. Then Daniel saw something that sent a chill through him. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a man. It was not mindless power. It was intelligent, calculating, aware, and then it began to speak. Its words were filled with arrogance, boastful, blasphemous, defiant. It spoke as though it were above all, challenging heaven itself, exalting its authority beyond any earthly king. This was not just another ruler. This was something far more dangerous, a figure who would rise within the system of kingdoms, wielding both influence and deception. This ruler would not merely conquer lands. He would seek to dominate truth itself. He would speak against God, oppose what is holy, and elevate himself as the highest authority. He would attempt to change times and laws, reshaping order according to his will. Those who remained faithful would face persecution under his reign, as he sought to silence all opposition. For a season, it would appear as though he had succeeded, as though darkness had taken control. But even in the midst of this terrifying vision, Daniel was shown something greater. Suddenly, the scene shifted. The chaos of the beast faded, and the focus was drawn upward to heaven itself. Thrones were set in place, arranged with divine order, and then the Ancient of Days took his seat. His presence was overwhelming, radiant with purity and authority. His clothing was white as snow, symbolizing holiness beyond measure. His throne was ablaze with fire, a symbol of judgment and power. A river of fire flowed from before him, and thousands upon thousands stood in his presence, attending to him in reverence. The court of heaven was now in session, and the books were opened. Every word, every action, every kingdom, nothing was hidden. All was laid bare before the one who sees all. Then, because of the arrogant and blasphemous words of the little horn, judgment was declared. The fourth beast, so powerful and unstoppable in appearance, was brought to its end. Its dominion was stripped away, its power destroyed. What once seemed invincible was reduced to nothing in the presence of divine authority. Evil would not reign forever. And then Daniel saw something that changed everything. Through the clouds of heaven came one like a son of man. He was not like the beasts of the earth. He was different, holy, glorious, eternal. He approached the Ancient of Days and was brought into his presence. And to him was given authority, glory, and a kingdom unlike any before it. A kingdom that would never be destroyed. A kingdom that would never pass away. All nations, all peoples, all languages would serve him, and his dominion would be everlasting. Daniel's dream was more than a vision of strange creatures and distant kingdoms. It was a revelation of the nature of human power when separated from God, how kingdoms become like beasts, driven by pride, conquest, and control. It was a warning of a final ruler, often understood as the Antichrist, who would rise in deception, combining authority with rebellion against heaven itself. But above all, it was a message of hope. For no matter how terrifying the beast may be, no matter how powerful the little horn becomes, its time is limited, its authority is temporary, its end is certain. Because above every empire, beyond every ruler, there is a throne that cannot be shaken, and a king whose reign will never end. The beast may rise from the sea, the horn may speak with arrogance, darkness may seem to prevail for a moment, but in the end, judgment will come, truth will stand, and the kingdom will belong not to man, but to God forever.